We welcome two new additions to the Collingwood list for 2025 thanks to the mid-season draft. Let's get into it. So the mid-season draft happened last night and Collingwood had picked 8 and picks 15 going into the draft. Now there was a lot of talk on who we would pick. A lot of experts and just columnists and stuff and fans and stuff had us picking a big forward or taking someone from our VFL program. So there was names like Rod Ali, Archer May, Josh Brown, Riley Mason as well. So there were a couple of guys that we had sort of touted. And what happened was we picked none of them. We had 2 surprise picks. One of them, there was kind of on our radar, and the West Australian had written up about him a couple of days ago. It definitely wasn't on my radar. Let me tell you that much. So these picks, came like a bit of a shock, and I had, artwork and graphics ready for a Mason or a Brown or an Ali or an Archer May. But it didn't eventuate, and these things happen in mid-season drafts. But from the looks of it, from what I'm seeing, what I'm reading, we have 2 incredible guys coming to the football club. So first up, we have Rowan Steele, a 183 centimeter, 23-year-old midfield dynamo. So he's playing off the halfback line in the midfield. He's breaking line, so he's in the waffle at the moment. He's done it the long way, played for Frankston, played for Casey. Now he's in the waffle, West Perth. He's averaging 21.1 disposals per game this year. And what I like from what I've seen from Rowan just this last night and going through his stats and all this sort of stuff is he looks like a guy that can play pretty much straight away. He's a plug and play type. Now with the mid-season draft, those are the guys that you're sort of drafting. The guys that are plug and play, and sometimes they're future prospects and stuff like that. But it looks like Collingwood are picking up guys that are ready to go straight away. So on the AFL website, they're calling him a running machine who kicks it nicely, and this is what they had to say.
What can you tell me about Rowan?
Yeah, this might be a bit of surprise to some because he's been around the system for a while now, was a part of the Casey Demons VFL program. He's 23, about 183, 184 centimetres. This year has played some great footy for West Perth. Been all around the country though, really, in recent seasons to get this opportunity. He's played as a goal kicker in the past, but been a bit of a revelation this season at waffle level and moving around the ground there. So Collingwood, we thought they might go for a tall or someone within their own VFL program to start. In the end, they've gone west.
Well, the most talented team, I think they probably just wanted the most talented player at this pick, and they've clearly identified Rowan Steele as one of those players. Averaged 21 disposals, still found the scoreboard quite often this season in the waffle for West Perth. He's kicked 5 goals from 7 games, and he's averaged 21.1 disposals in those 7 waffle games as well. So clearly can find the footy across half forward, and someone that Collingwood will hope can inject something into their hopeful premiership push in the back half of the campaign.
And it looks like Collingwood recruiters agree because Shane O'Brien, our new recruiter, old mate O'Brien, had this to say about Rowan Steele.
What can you tell us around Roan?
Yeah, Rowan's someone we've followed for a while. Obviously, he's first started playing at Casey, and then this year he's made the transition over to West Perth. His running capabilities, his GPS data is through the roof. He's a player that we think can play multiple positions. And his body and shape and being able to play against men for the last few years, we feel that hopefully when he gets over it and starts training with the boys, feels familiar with our systems and our program and in a full-time program as well, we can see Roan hopefully pushing for an AFL selection as the year goes on.
So they've noted that his GPS numbers are just off the charts and he can cover every single blade of grass on the football field. And in a modern game, and especially with Collingwood's game, you want that speed. And it looks like he's going to give us that outside speed and who can cover multiple roles if we do need it as well. So in short, his endurance, pace, versatility, speed is exactly what Collingwood are needing. And look, the older guys, they're not going to get any quicker. This guy, Rowan Steele, so now we've got a Steele in first name and Steele in second name, which is just absolutely unreal just to think about. I don't know. His work ethic, and he can energize that engine room of the Pies. And it would be insane if we get to see him play sometime this year. Whose spot does he really take over? You're probably looking at maybe, a wing, or I don't see him playing half back. But let's get to training. So next week when we're at training, him and Noah House are players that I will definitely be looking at. So be on the lookout for that. So with our second pick, we pick 19-year-old Noah Howes, who is our new key forward. Now, we've been able to draft a key forward in the national draft, and we're drafting a key forward in the mid-season draft. Now, this guy, 19 years old, 196 centimeters, can hopefully grow up and play football with Charlie West, both the same age, both around the same height, and they can grow up and learn from each other, and we can have, a twin tower, the two-tower attack, and it could revolve around Noah and Charlie. So Noah comes from the Sample, known for his contested marking and aerial strength. So far, he's booted 12 goals in 6 games, kicking multiple bags of 3. And this is what the guys on the AFL website said.
Yeah, Noah Howes has been a name that's been on the radar. I remember for a couple of years now, a couple of clubs have shown some interest in Noah Howes in the past. He's played some really good, strong footy at Sample level, and he's had some really strong games at Sample level this year as well. He had 3-goal bursts against Port Adelaide and then North Adelaide, and then recently against Woodville West Torrens as well, kicked another 3 goals. So he's someone that he's still a teenager, still 19 years old. I think he's set to turn 20 later this year, but he's someone who's continued to kick goals relatively consistently at Sample level for a couple of years now, and clubs have had him on their radar for some time, and now he earns his opportunity at Collingwood, where they've probably been looking for key position stocks for some time. I know they were one of the clubs that were heavily interested in Archie May, hoping he fell through for their first pick, but they do manage to replenish their key position stocks and their key forward stocks with Noah Howes with this selection.
What I like about Noah, from what I've seen, just again last night, exactly same like Steele as well, and from what I've read, is that this guy, kind of like Rowan Steele, has just got an incredible work ethic. And I know Rowan Steele is probably one of those guys that you could play straight away, is what we just talked about. But it looks like Noah might be, just seeing how he fits into the system, because big key forwards, they take a lot of time. See how he works with Charlie West as well in the VFL, which is going to be interesting because Riley Mason is still there as well. So we're going to have these 3 big key forwards to see how they go. What does that mean for Riley Mason? But what it means for us is that we have another big inside 50 that's a strong target, and we haven't had that for 10, 12 years or something insane. He's got really good raw ability. He was already on Talent Scouts' radar. We get to pick him up, and the mid-season draft picks are pretty much a free hit. I haven't seen anywhere if it's a 6 or 18-month contract, but this is what Shane O'Brien had to say about him.
Yeah, Noah's a tall forward. Probably the last couple of years he hasn't played as much footy as what he would have liked, with a couple of little setbacks. But he's one of those tall forwards that just works really hard. We feel get him in a full-time program, get him in the gym. He's tall, but he's got a nice frame, so he's only get bigger and stronger and fitter. And we think he'll complement our forward group. He's still developing a lot. We just want to get both the boys over and hopefully transition to a footy club and see where we can take them.
So of the guys that didn't get picked, Archer May went to Essendon. So there was talks that he was going to go to the Kangaroos with their pick 2. He went to Essendon with their pick 6, and which is crazy, right? So Collingwood were really into Archer May. Essendon only spoke to him yesterday, the night before the draft was the only time they spoke to him. And I know they had 4 picks, but I don't know, did they really just hate Collingwood and just didn't want us to get him? Is he going to play against Brisbane on tonight or on Thursday? It's going to be really, really interesting. And I'm spewing because I would have loved Archer May, but let's hope, I hope he has a good career, but I hope Noah Howes has a better career. you know what I'm saying. And yeah, like I said, Josh Brown and Riley Mason don't get picked. Hopefully that doesn't mean that they drop their heads, because they are incredible kids and they're playing incredible for the VFL. So I do hope they continue their form, because they've just been, pretty much second to none in the VFL. And maybe there's a list spot later on with another club in the rookie draft or, something like that, because they do deserve to be on the list because they are that good. Collingwood just picked, they thought they weren't going to work for our team, and that's what just happens in drafts,
Now, we expected, Cal, for Collingwood to maybe look at their VFL program. Josh Brown, Riley Mason were names that were right under their nose, that they'd been sort of looking at and interested in, but they've gone a different way again.
But all I know is that the future looks bright at the AIA Centre. 2 new players always rejuvenates a squad and gives you a little bit of energy. We get a little more content out of it. We get to see what their first day looks like for them, and I can't wait to get to know them from afar. Not know them personally, but know them from afar. a jet, a speed engine jet, and a strong contested mark. I'm so excited. Yes, I'm excited for Rowan Steele. I'm excited for what Noah and Charlie can do together. I want to see him play that first VFL game. Hopefully he's playing this weekend in the VFL. Might be a quick turnaround, but they might play. But I can't wait to get down to training. So when I get down to training, I will be just focusing on them. But that's it for this video. If you like the video, want to support the channel, get some merch. It's a great way to support the channel. Link is down below. Subscribe, tell your friends, share this video around, share the channel around. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And also next time, Double Shackers, I'll swoop you later.